Hi, welcome to Dice Control Dojo. I'm Phil and I practice every day, share my tips, so we can all get better at the casino. I'm on day 5 of my 360 throws. I'm very excited. I'm going to once again post my sped up version right here so you can see that I'm not cheating and I'm throwing accurately and then I'm reporting accurately. Doing well. I didn't start off so well, but I ended strong. So I'm very excited about my throw and how I'm doing. Today, we're going to talk about warming up in between turns or just staying loose in between turns. So say you 7 out and you got a full casino full of people. So it's going to take a while to get around, right? What do we do? How do you stay prepped? How do you make sure you're warmed up? And what can you do to stay relaxed and ready to go for your next turn? So I, because I'm in usually first position, I have a buddy here, and I have 2 buddies over here. When we're all throwing, I'm super betting and figuring out what to do with my partners. So if I go through, let me start with, if my partner here starts off, say we get to a table and there's the 4 of us, and he starts off, I know his first throws, he's usually really good for his first round, second and third not so much. So I know I have some time. So I have to, what am I visually doing? I know I'm going to be next. So once again, I was up in the hotel room, warming my hands up, warming my fingers up. We maybe had some breakfast. This might be the first throw, the second, third, fourth of the day. I want to make sure my hands are loose. These hands cannot get too cold, too hot. I mean, you got to treat them with respect, right? So you can keep them warm by putting them under your hands and relaxing. I'm always making sure I have my betting strategy, whatever you're doing, ready to go, so you can be focused on you're coming up next to bet. So if to throw. So if he's throwing, I'm knocking down my bets. I'm putting down what I want. I'm making sure all of my bets are right. So what am I doing about that? I have to lay those bets down because my throw's coming next. So I don't want any thinking. I just want to be able to throw the bets down, get what's coming to me, and prepare for my next round. So what am I doing? I'm making sure my arms, my legs are loose. I'm making sure I'm ready to go. I'm doing warm-up exercises from our practice every day. What does that look like? You know, go back to my original video about rubbing the hands together, making sure they're good. Maybe loosen up your wrists. So you can do that while he's warming up. You can make sure your hands are rubbed. Nobody needs to see you keeping yourself loose. So just quickly while he's going, making sure you're understanding in between throws. I like to see, what am I doing? So before he throws, right, before my turn, what is my targets? What am I looking for? When he's throwing, am I seeing any dead zones that I may be able to focus on? I'm going to be betting, but I got to kind of think and prepare for my next run, right? So you're looking and seeing how the table's faring. You're seeing what kind of bounce is going on. I'm keeping my hands loose. I'm making sure I'm ready to go. And then I'm practicing my visualization. What numbers am I looking for? Am I looking for a 44 or a 33, right? So what's my visualization? Well, he's throwing, and I may be back here too, by the way, so I give him enough room to go. So I'm visualizing my next throw. So say I'm up next, and he's 7s out, and then I'm up next. That's when you get your breathing in, visualization, you're relaxing, and you're throwing. Now say you're 7 out, and it goes to the next people. I'm going to be betting on these 2 guys, definitely, so I'm paying attention to that. But as it comes around the table, I'm keeping loose, right? Keeping the hands loose. You can use chips. You know, a lot of people play with their chips. Make sure you keep your hands nice and tight and loose. Do some gripping. Do they feel all right? Are they getting too sweaty? Are they getting too loose? Do you have to go to the bathroom and make sure you rewash your hands down? You have to make sure your hands are ready to go. So when it starts coming around and you're coming up next again, that's when you start preparing. So as it's coming around, if I have a couple people to go, I'm starting to think about my visualization. I may not be betting on them, so I'm like, all I'm doing is sitting here and I'm watching where my landing zone's going to be. What am I going to do? How is that going to throw? Relaxing. How's my upper body? How do I feel? I'm thinking about that and I'm visualizing. I'm starting to breathe, right? Nice and relaxed. Visualizing that shot. The pickup, the turn, right? The ledge, loose, relaxed thumb. I'm thinking of all this. A nice short backswing and a follow through. My thumb facing where I'm pointing. Hopefully I just released it, centrifugal force, and it lands and stops. And you got a nice 3-3 sitting on top there. That's my visualization as it's going down. I'm relaxing. I'm maybe having fun with the guys, keeping it loose and fun. If you're heavy and over nervous and freaking out, you're not going to throw well. Your mental game is all about relaxing your arms, relaxing your legs, having a really good relaxation. Sometimes goofing around with the dealers and goofing around with my buddies can really relax me, and that's a good thing. This is supposed to be fun. I know we're trying to make money, but why do this if it's not fun? And I do truly believe that if you're having a fun time and a very, very positive energy at the table, you're going to do well. Your team positive, everybody supporting each other, everybody not ticking everybody off, no people yelling at the dealers or the dealers yelling at us. It just makes for a fun experience. And that's why we're going all the way out to Vegas, right? To have fun. So as I'm getting around, I'm knowing that I'm going to bet on my buddy right here. So I have to have all my visualization and all of my tactics, all of my prep work done before he goes, because then I'm starting to bet on him. I'm actually writing down his numbers. So that kind of relaxes me too, so that I can be ready to go. Then when I'm ready to go, that's when I have my, hopefully, zone where I want to throw, and I can just take off and do what I need to do. It is very important when you're going around the table to have a game plan. How much you're going to bet? Who are you going to bet on? What are your bets? How are you going to bet it? I'm not a big fan of adapting to the table on the betting. I just think I have a strategy. I'm sticking to it so that I can utilize my brain and I can get my muscles ready to go. So when I throw, I have the plan and I execute on it. So when you're talking about trying to go in and really make some money and cut out the 900 different little nuances that make you a bad thrower, to eliminate all them, it's no time to go to the table and change things up or get nervous. So you have to make sure when you get there, you have a plan so you can do three things. So your hands stay loose. That's one. You can relax, right? And then you can visualize. Those three things are more important than betting on the hard ways for this guy who hit four eights in a row. So that's more important to me. Preparing for my next throw, making sure I'm balanced, making sure I'm feeling okay, making sure I'm breathing okay, and as I come around the table, then I'm ready to go. All right. So join me tomorrow, where I'm going to talk a lot about in between the throws. What's going on there, and making sure that you have a plan on how to stay loose and relaxed between each one of your own throws so that you can throw for a long, long time. So join me on my video. And as always, my best betting strategy, which I don't like to talk about betting strategies, but the best one is to be here right before Vegas, practicing every single day so I can throw for a long, long time.